Live. Yes, we're in here. We are the YAAD VIBEZ. You're here with Germs. Back again with a rebrand. Testing out a first live in a while. And yeah, as you can see on our screen, we have 3 topics for tackle tonight. And maybe you add a few more, who knows. So yeah, big up yourself, wherever you're listening from. If you're listening to rebroadcast or you happen to catch it live. Tonight we're going to be talking about the great Patois debate. Should it be allowed in Parliament? Going to touch a head and gully rhythm. And while going with the melodies are really fun. So again, as Mr. Big up yourself. Whether you're listening from YAAD, abroad, Kingston, the country, UK, Canada, US, the Caribbean. We have people listening from all over, so yeah. So we are gonna do our little deep dive, as you know. I don't know if we are touch cartel yet, the downfall of cartel. Or maybe we do it another time. So yeah, we see this woman here. I do some speak Patois in our government, and I guess this is the Prime Minister wife. She's the whole speaker. She cut that out. She said none of that Patois shit over here. So should Patois be allowed in government spaces? Alright, well, let's see the conversation, and we'll break it down to the molecule like we do with common sense. And this is the Unfiltered Common Sense live podcast. Doing big things, lots of videos out there for you to watch too. Go chime in if you're not busy. Okay.
Good afternoon. If you make my first sectoral speech for my portfolio.
Hold on. Standing orders. And I think you are fully aware. And if I have to stop you again during your presentation, you will not get any additional time.
I'm guessing this is the Prime Minister wife.
No, and she knows.
Member of Parliament St. James Southern, an opposition spokesperson at Culture and Information Creative Industries, Nikisha Birchall, joins us in studio to further highlight concerns about the usage of our Jamaican dialect Patois in parliamentary proceedings. Good morning, ma'am. Welcome to Smile. How are you?
Morning, Neville. I'm good, and thank you for having me today.
Yes. No problem.
Okay, so homegirl doing a press run after this, it look like. Okay, they're getting money in Jamaican government. They have red bottoms on. Okay.
Years ago, when the state minister, Mr. Terrelong, spoke Spanish, and Mr. Warmington got up and stopped him and said, well, no, Parliament, what is it? It's number 6, I think it is.
Yes,
yeah?
standing order.
Yeah, a standing order 6, and says you're supposed to speak. And the same Speaker of the House said he got permission before, and she suspended the standing order so he could do that. Well, Mr. Warmington never buy that, by the way. Did you get permission to speak Patois before?
I think the people gave me permission, but to be true to the letter of the standing order says the language for Parliament is English language. It does not say you can't speak Patois. And I've been in Parliament since October of last year, and I hear Patois talk in Parliament every day.
In a presentation?
In presentations, and nobody said, and I'm quoting here, but the speaker didn't allow not even a sentence or two, and that's her prerogative. I'm not going to fight her. She is the umpire in the space, and I complied. But the point was made, Neville, in 2 sentences. In 2 sentences or less of the Jamaican language, it has stirred a conversation nationally about our identity, about class, about...
You see, enough of them uppity people, as you call them. Who remember back in the day, enough of them always sending Pitney a prep school because you don't want to Pitney speak Patois. Who remember that? I'm going to give my stance on this, but watch the video. Okay, Gucci brush. Brush. What you call them thing again? Brush. They say, yo, you bad man, you man feel Louis, Christian Louis Vuitton, red bottoms and in Gucci. Jamaican government lock it up here, man.
Or culture that I couldn't have asked for.
Is that what you wanted to do?
That was it. It wasn't about disrespecting Parliament. It was about disrupting Parliament. It was intentional. It was to stir that conversation in us because we had gone into this comfort zone of just accepting Parliament. So when I came in as a millennial politician and I'm told to read a prayer that says, that prays to the King and to the public weal and to his children, I felt very uncomfortable with those things. So I have been...
But you're not compatible when the white people or when you talk to certain business people. Depending on utmost behavior.
contending with them personally as a black woman from rural Jamaica. Still.
Okay, here goes a black woman trauma as a black woman. What the fuck that has to do with anything?
Praying to the king. And then what happened recently with the mace, again, I was confronted. Is this the kind of politics I want to leave when I exit the space? I did not come in here to keep it the same way. I came in here to disrupt it for the better. And so in a sense, we're kind of...
English and Patois is the destruction. Tell them why you never work for the language become integrated in a Jamaica if you want to disrupt change. You know, sound like you want to disrupt no change to me. I mean, I defend none of them politicians and none of them party. All of them could go to hell for all I care. But you have to point out hypocrisy. What kind of change you're making? If they say foreign country paying attention to what's going on in there, how the fuck they gonna understand all that Patois shit?
Juxtaposing the mace beside a mirror. I sought to put a mirror in Parliament, not for Jamaica to reflect on itself, but for Parliament. We are the legislators, for us to reflect on ourselves. Yep. Is this what we want?
The Speaker of the House said, you knew better. And she said it 2 times. She said, she knows better. You knew better.
I knew better than to not represent my culture, for the people of Jamaica to not hear their language, to hear themselves in Parliament. I don't.
I was asked a question about Dr. Brown Burke's lifting the mace. Mm-hmm. And I said in response that if you don't have rules and order, there will be chaos. Yes. I accept that some of those rules probably shouldn't be there, but they are there. So why don't you follow the rules that are there, and then when the time comes, if possible, change them? But why the rules are there, why don't you follow them?
So when is the time? And when...
Well,
yes, why you don't follow the rules?
You should tell me that when
exactly,
the time is.
Which is why I raised that mirror for parliamentarians, for legislators, to look at themselves. Is this how you want to represent your parliament and your people in 2026? That was me disrupting it. That was me spurring the...
Man, you weren't disrupting shit by now.
Conversation to say it's time for change. And clearly Parliament wasn't ready for that conversation. But you know who's ready for it? The diaspora. Who's ready for it? Jamaica is ready for that conversation. And they're having the conversation. I get the controversy, but controversy is good. That is how culture evolves. I want Jamaicans, I want our children to be able to rigorously learn and speak the English language. But I want them to intelligently navigate the Jamaican language. I want them to own it, because language is confidence. I want our people, I want our children to confidently speak them patois in a parliament, out of
I say enough of our parents used to want to send them to in a prep school because them don't want to speak patois. If you go like prep school, you're going to speak proper. You're going to go to the best high school. So we're doing the reverse now.
Parliament, in official, informal spaces, in informal spaces. For Read Across Jamaica Day last week, I went to a couple of schools in my constituency. I didn't bring an English book about Spider-Man, Superman. I brought Jamaica Labrish by Louise Bennett. I brought Anansi Stories by Louise Bennett. And I was surprised a lot of the...
Let's face it, enough of them all-time story they are all-time business are bullshit too. Not because it fucking all mean it's good, right?
Kids, they don't know who is Brother Tukuma. They don't know who is Big Boy. They don't know who is Anansi. We're losing it. And if we don't disrupt it, jolt society, then we're going to stay the same.
How are you going to use Anansi scoring in 2026? I'm curious. with technology and the way it's moving and people are make shape the world and move faster, how we gonna compete with Anansi stories? Like, let's keep it a bit real. Them are youth here listen about scamming and bombing. You think they have blood clot time for Anansi story? When every music I tell them about trapping and scamming and all them something there. And murder this, murder that. Yeah, all right, Anansi story, you're going to change it.
I would, and I was going to say I would suspect, I don't know. But I've seen Parliament, and you're a part of the opposition. If a member of the government did something that's wrong in Parliament, I suspect the opposition will jump on board and say, hold on, you did something wrong.
Well, that's up for debate. As I said...
Hold on. The rules of Parliament says you must speak standard English. That's not up for debate. That's the
Yeah, so why are you being deviant if the rules say something?
And in Order 6,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes, but we were in what is called a sectoral debate. And the rules of debate allow you...
Oh, no, she want to change the fucking rules to please her. Can't stand this type of woman.
To use literary devices. This was a disruptive communicative device where you use jargons, you use slangs, you use other languages. I was following the rules of English language itself, which gives you literary devices that you can use. I did not, however, challenge the speaker's authority. She made her decision. She had an option. She had an option to do what she did, which was quite predictable, or she could have risen to the moment to say, for our culture, for a spokesperson.
For our culture have nothing to do with the rules. Abide by fucking rules. This is why Jamaica is it. Why is it how it is now? Because of people like you.
On culture to come into our house and to confidently speak our language, I could allow 2 sentences because that's what she could have done as an enlightened leader. But
what's your
English is English. Maybe foreign dignitary I watch and then if you hear what kind of bullshit robbery and scheme on have try cook up. And then if you understand, if you know the business or the business with Jamaica, speak English. Fuck.
Presentation written entirely in Patois?
Absolutely not. My first 2 sentences were written in Patois, again, for the shock value to get the conversations going so that we can evolve.
Yeah, I never do my monologuing.
Our culture.
Member of Parliament, are we not speaking about 2 different things? One is that there is
See, smart, you know, she bullshit.
A rule that shouldn't be there. That is one argument. The other one is that you did not follow a rule that is there. What about a youngster?
You see, I mean, I watch you say common sense.
Watching now and says, okay, so the member of Parliament says, if I don't like the rule, I must just do it my way, and whether them like it or not, they must live with that. What?
Good call out. These are the type of challenges we need from interviewers. Like, I would never bell, right? Yeah, good. Yep.
Is that a concern?
Well, to your first point, as which you asked about...
Look, she shouldn't know if to answer now because she's stunned. It's like when somebody stunned them with a stun gun. Try bullshit and then call her out on her bullshit. You're the answer.
Changing the rule. Yeah. I am very much intending to do what I can to help that to move forward. So...
You see, I'm doing what... So you don't even know if you answer. I'm already doing that to move forward. Doing what?
I've already spoken to the persons from the opposition who are on the Standing Order Committee of Parliament. It is chaired by the Speaker of the House, and we are going to be raising at the next sitting of that committee for our language, or first language, to be allowed in Parliament.
Bitch, that's you should have been doing that. Come over here, try to break your rule, and I can't go on like that shit revolve around you. Fucking narcissist.
It is chaired, as I said, by the Speaker and has majority government representatives on it. So if they are so enlightened, maybe we will see the laws changing. Secondly, about disruption. Disruption is not disrespect. A lot of people back in Sam Sharp Day and Paul Bogle Day would have said, how disrespectful of you to challenge the massa, how disrespectful of you to burn the plantations. That is disorderly. But sometimes, and I'm not at all likening myself to Sam.
What is she? So, I mean, if you have an audience that can enlighten me, you know, who is she? What is her purpose?
Sharp or Paul Bogle. I'm talking about the moment when we have to decide, are we going to be like the frog boiling in the water and not realizing that we're disintegrating, or will we pop out of that hot water and decide that we're going to change, draw a line in the sand and change for the better, because our children demand that of us.
Yeah, you're just suggesting that you should be allowed to use Patois. You're not saying use only Patois in Parliament.
Oh, absolutely not. As I said,
yeah,
rigorously teach our children to know English, to use it confidently, but also teach them the confidence of using their own language. That is our gift. That is the genius. That's a talent that has been given to us by our foreparents, and we shouldn't shy away from it.
What happens now next time you speak? What you going to do?
Boy, I don't want to pre up myself. I don't know, I'm a country girl from Garland, so Patois come out of my mouth naturally. I don't know I'm going to say it and then me get run out of the house. I go try, but I'm still going to use the systems, use the procedures in the house.
You speak proper English, right? I'll explain yourself. You speak real proper English, so what happened? That's one of the defiant, right?
Be it bring us a private member's motion if needs be to allow me to talk naturally, man. The truth is, a lot of the things that we regurgitate.
Hello, you're in Parliament, you're in the government, where foreign dignitaries, people from all over the world are going to be watching. They need to understand you. You see, and why people are more brand them where you got on the Gucci and the Christian Louis Vuitton red bottoms and all of that where you glam up for come on TV with, yeah. They want to understand what you're talking about when you're in Parliament. From Italy and French and all over. Yes, yes. That with the word semantics. The phone on the run go send on the picking out of prep school and send them a public school because no one speaks proper English. You want to speak Patois, so no one come in and show up on yourself. When you're on the government table. Why you not fight for something else? The more significant. You come and talk about Anansi's story.
In Parliament, some of us don't even understand it. We get these written things that we have to speak a certain way, and we're just like puppets speaking it when we have a beautiful language here that the world loves and we hate.
You did it because of your position as culture?
Spokesperson for culture and creative industries, and that was about my broader topic, which was culture is not decoration. It's not something you take out as an item on a program. It is something that has value, intrinsic value, and also external value that we can monetize, but also that we can feel proud of.
Yep. You answered the question already when I asked if the entire speech was in Patois, and you said no.
You know, you ever work, people that live overseas and whatnot. You see most of these people, when they have their own white man job and punch a clock, they pay very much attention and follow all the rules. If you work in a corporate America, you have to speak English. If there's two Spanish people there, if they must speak Spanish, you can't go report them and get them a problem if you speak Spanish or any other language because they hired for an English-speaking company. Right? Because people can feel offended if you talk in a native language and them not understand. Now this woman on the road stage, she get shut down for talk Patois. Now she want to play a victim and run all around the press run. And we're going to watch the fixed interview too. Yeah, big up all the people them who are passed through.
Why did you not write the entire speech in Patois?
Because I absolutely expected this speaker to rule that out of order.
In other words, you knew...
And two lines were enough.
In other words, you knew what you were doing.
2 lines were enough.
See, call out our bullshit. I mean, even what, for the first me I watch anything on this time, I couldn't tell. Narcissist.
In other words, you knew what you were doing.
The point was made with 2 lines. No need to beat a dead horse.
In other words, you knew what you were doing.
No need to beat a dead horse. Jamaica is talking about culture and Patois today. Miss Lou is proud, I'm pleased, and I would do it again.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
For explaining yourself.
Thank you so much.
God bless you. And thanks for your service for us.
Thank you.
Member of Parliament. And
yeah, and that's special and different, my girl. Where are name?
Opposition spokesperson on culture and information, creative industries, Ms. Nikisha Birchall. All right, still to come.
How long you trying to fix that if you want to fix something?
First
So this is the incident where you start.
sectoral speech. For me
Oh,
portfolio.
hold on. Standing order.
Some people that say you're being performative.
An enlightened speaker in my mind could have looked at it to say, here's a culture spokesperson, a first-time MP, speaking a few words in Patois. Let me see where she go. The Speaker of the House that we have is
No, the world don't fucking revolve around you. That's a problem with no politician and people. English, follow your fucking rules. So most of them boy I walk around and go on like so they can walk around and kill people because of people like you know. Tell them say I feel them place. Them things say garrison and who that them won it. This is type of behavior.
very biased, very partisan, and in her own words,
This is the unfiltered common sense. We don't cater to your... We be objective over here. We don't cater to your politics. And we use common sense and logics.
she said it on an interview recently, that she's learning to be fair. So I can't really play well with someone who is just at their ripe age now, just learning to be fair. I just think the speaker she likes to be in control. And I mean, that kind of control that perhaps you can get away with in a marriage. If you want to control your husband, for example.
That's crazy,
You
by the way.
can't
So you see, you know, like they have something personal, she and the speaker.
control grown people sent to parliament to represent their people. There is disorder and disrespect, but then there's also control. Because, you know, it's not a school mistress, not a school mom with children in a basic school. We were all elected.
I got this thing on a backyard. We don't shake it up like a shaker. Left to the
All right.
Shout out to Ethiopia Live Herbos, where Kelby and Culture combined for one of a kind experience. You can visit them at 10 West Kings House Road, just across from the Canadian Embassy. Or web.
All right.
And
More male or female? Because I know some
both
female
actually, both actually. Yeah, so I've had that. So yeah,
And your reaction is
I have a load.
real?
Some to yeah, and it didn't change anything for me, and it was fine.
I thought you'd be like, no.
So this is the Patois segment. Should Patois be in public forum or government forum in Jamaica? Can vote on the poll? I'm gonna say no.
Oh no.
No, for the most part, it's a no. But I have on occasion, especially like for children, not underage, but children, younger people who are curious, especially young females who are like, do I have to do this to be successful, that kind of way? And I felt, at least on one occasion, that if I obliged, she would feel more confident in herself to be who she want to be. They were teasing her that her lips were big. Your mouth big like,
That's
you know, your lips big like, and, you know, I've been accused of
All right, let me put this on 1.5 speed. We ain't trying to keep all night on this. Want to talk about the Hill and Gully stuff, and the Melissa are really fun. What wrong with that?
you know, doing silicone in my lips and in my cheeks and wherever. So I had her feel my lips and feel my face, and she's like, well, not none of this. And I'm like, yeah, you know, love your lips. You know, people are paying big money to have lips like
Exactly,
yours.
they're getting the lip fillers now.
Let me ask.
What you want me to
Ask
ask?
after.
What the fillers?
No, if you can do it. I'm going to live vicariously through you.
Like, can I touch it?
Of course.
Yeah, Jamaica take up every nonsense nowadays. About Dolly and all that bullshit. Yeah, Dolly because it's full of plastic. That's the only thing what they represent about Dolly. BBL, all type of bullshit.
Of course.
I'll just give her a hug after, okay?
Exactly.
But do you ever get tired of it though? Like people saying, oh, you're just a pretty face or it's just your body. Like, do you ever get tired of it?
Oh, of course. Oh, of course. Who wants to be in a boardroom, be in parliament, be in a business meeting, trying to get business done and being bombarded with questions about your body, your anatomy?
I don't think she's that good looking. I don't know. Maybe somebody else see something. Let me not see. Who are bombarded her about her looks.
But for me, I don't find that women going to
Dumbass eyelash. Probably a weave. I don't know.
boardrooms and ask men, hey, is your tricep real? Is that package all yours? You know, so especially when men ask it, you know, it's a little off-putting, as if they don't think that women can be brilliant and look okay or put attention into how they present themselves.
No man think different about woman. In other words, I know this type of woman, she a feminist. I see it already. And the way she did the Neville interview, you can know this is a self-centered. Yeah, very self-centered. I don't like to use the word, but she a narcissist. The worst type. I think the world revolve around her based on her answers.
To the public. And for the women, though, who actually are, you know, very caught up in it, I usually don't have much time for them because I like confident women, and confident women support other women. So if you're not really clocking that for me, then I'm not sure I have much time for conversations with you.
And even to add to that, do you find that you have to work 10 times harder to prove?
So you hear the answer there? If you're not there upon the pan, what she depends, she not have time for you. And she in a politics, that means she have no time in changing or talking to people. Isn't part of giving people different ideas and opinions is like by talking to them and giving them attention. When the troll them pop up in a chat and a cuss me out and you know, so me stop and change them. Enough people change their mind after me done talk to them and give them common sense. They apologize to whole heap of time. So I don't know what she talking about or what she on.
Confident women, and confident women support other women. So if you're not really clocking that for me, then
Confident women support all human beings, not just women. All this woman and kids bullshit with them push at Jamaica. Like, if you're getting John, who should you say first? Women and children. Everything is women and children. What the fuck are they talking about? What women and children now get at Jamaica? Protect women and children, but 90% of who are dead are man.
I'm not sure I have much time for conversations with you.
And even to add to that, do you find that you have to work 10 times harder to prove yourself to people?
Yeah, but I start proving myself to people now.
Yeah.
But that was me before, always.
Let's say ever seem to get the seat.
No, before the seat. I wouldn't have gotten the seat if I wasn't confident. You know, I had to
No, it's
get
a
that
pre-say,
over
no,
the
me have
line.
seat now, you can't tell me none.
No, it's not like me planting a seat. A seat can't change anytime.
That's true,
You know,
that's
it
true.
don't work.
True.
But I'm working, so I'm working. You know, so don't change me. But yeah, I mean, I stopped proving myself. Growing up as a pastor's daughter, every day was about proving yourself, because you had to prove that you're more righteous than everybody else, that you are a saint walking on earth. And as a child, I struggled with that greatly, because it took so much out of me mentally. It was exhausting.
You wanted to be a whole just like the other girls around you. Stay.
Because you're always processing, will they look at my hair and think that I've permed my hair? Because my church is Pentecostal Apostolic Church.
Oh.
That
Oh.
we grew up in, no pants, no lipstick. You see this here?
Yeah.
No hair, no nails, not
No
even lip gloss,
piercings.
no piercing, nothing.
So you didn't want to get out of it, as me say. You have 10 piercing, big old eyelash and your horse hair. Your hat.
Right? And so I was always caught up in my head, even when worshiping, like, do I look presentable? Do I look whatever, you know? So after struggling with that in my teens and in my early 20s, after university, first UE, then I threw it out. I no longer live to prove to people that I am who I am. I think I'm wasting my life if I'm spending my hours just dwelling on who thinks what about me. I'm more interested in what I think about me and what God thinks about me.
How much of it, at least the commentary
Narcissist, yeah.
surrounding your figure,
What? More red bottoms, money around.
how much of it is onlookers versus people within the political space?
Well, I would say a lot of the people in the political space are concerned about it or consumed by it. The public, absolutely, I would say most of them are over it. They love me or they hate me, and they've moved beyond how I look. Now they're listening to what I'm saying.
Why they keep talking about her looks like she all that? What looks are they talking about? Am I missing something? And who have her buying to this like she this?
And they're like, I like what you're saying or I don't like what you're saying, but she look good saying it or she don't look good saying it, you know?
Yeah, what's her Instagram at? What's her at? Let me pull up her Instagram.
But the primary focus now is switching from
Her
just my
Instagram
physical to what I actually have to offer. And
Let me see if she have no tat pictures out there. Like. Cause be her looks, and like she finest thing, the hottest thing since sliced bread. Alright, we need to get this woman name. Alright, Nikita Birchall. Alright, I'm gonna run a Googles on her, see what she look like. Cause I'm here about, oh, my looks, my
That
looks.
is the part that I really love. I know that you do use devices sometimes to pull your audience in, but what you do with your audience after you've gotten their attention is what is the defining difference between those who are able to keep the audience and those who lose the audience. So I'm focusing on what I have to say, and I'm happy that the public is coming along with me.
You are the first female MP for St. James Southern.
Yes.
You described yourself as an accidental politician.
Very much so.
Why?
Because I didn't set out to do this. Okay, so I've worked in communication, media, branding for 15, 16 years. What I do is I work behind the scenes. So I'm never the face you see on the billboard. I put people on billboards. I'm never the face you see on TV in interviews. I coach people for interviews and
Like you want the limelight now, though.
that sort of stuff. I've ran communication and branding campaigns mostly for political parties and political individuals across the Caribbean, from Grenada to Bahamas to Dominica to St. Kitts to Antigua to Barbados to the last one we did was in Anguilla in 2025, February, where my team ran the communications campaign and helped to elect the first female premier of that country. That's what I do. I help to make kings and queens. And then my seat called because we were in a
Okay, so she's a PNP, member of Parliament, South St. James. Okay.
position where they needed a candidate to run in that seat that was from the seat, and they profiled me, you know, and they
All right, I find her at. Let's see, because she keep talking about her looks. Is that a BBL? Yeah, this shape like she have a BBL. Yep, she definitely got that BBL look, so. Why she keep talking like she... Oh, your looks, people talk about. What the fuck? Am I missing something?
asked me both within the party and within the seat if I would consider it, and I'm like, I'm not crazy.
This girl have on one bag of makeup, look like she have a BBL. She got the horse hair and the big eyelash. Like, what so special about her? Man, and people, it's not about my looks and man looks. You ain't all that home, girl, please.
But this was not the first time I'd been asked. I'd been asked before by a previous party leader, and I said I wasn't ready. No, I don't know if I was even ready or not. I just went, and it's been happening.
That would have been the next question. What made you think you're ready? But apparently you never even know if you're ready.
Me neither even knows I'm ready. I mean, right now I'm feeling my way through this assignment. It's tough because
All right, I'm just getting through this.
living in the public's eye and with these unrealistic expectations of politicians. I think about even what I earn in my private career compared to what I earn now as a politician. And a lot of people think it's a lot of money. And I'm like, you know what? Yes, I know it is a lot, you know, given our economic condition, but
Look at that stupid eyelash, look.
I think about even what I earn in
at
my
this
private career compared to
Look
what
at
I
that dumb
earn
shit.
now as a politician. And a lot of people think it's a lot of money. And I'm like,
Right there, look.
you know what?
Stupid ass eyelash.
Yes, I know it is a lot, you know, given our economic condition, but one client, one job, and that
I hope no woman will subscribe to YAAD VIBEZ and wearing stupid ass eyelash. I'm just kidding. The way you want to do your woman empowerment. I'm just joking.
that paid for my whole campaign, my whole election campaign, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, so people will say, we're paying you, go there and do the job.
More money you make.
Yes, I know it is a lot, you know, given our economic condition, but what I earn in my private career compared to what I earn now as a politician. And a lot of people think it's a lot of money. And I'm like, you know what? Yes, I know it is a lot, you know, given our economic condition, but one client, one job.
One backdoor deal. One bullshit. I want to make 10 times, right? Most politicians are there for the money and there for connection and the money where they can make being there. Talk about that part.
and that paid for my whole campaign, my whole election campaign, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, so people will say, "We're paying you. Go there and do the job." I know you're paying me. You know, this you're paying me, and I'm grateful for it. But really, the abuse, it's not worth the abuse.
Before getting into politics, how did that even start? Like, okay, I'm gonna
Do
go-
politics?
Yeah.
Oh, well, so as I said, I've been working behind the scenes for a while. I've been working with the PNP for maybe the last 3 political campaigns that they had in the background, working with former General Secretary, and then going needs to get into the hands of the people who need it. Stop tell people say you don't have money when you have billions waiting in accounts. For what? Do better.
And it's difficult for
Okay, like shut up or something now.
In their 80s, and since you're under Trapal in a loan, bongo live. Believe me, the Prime Minister would tell him to release the rest of the money long time. Believe me.
So you put it
he
down.
wouldn't do it.
You put it down to organizational
That's probably the next topic. The Minister Relief Funds. Like, what's up with that?
ineptitude
It's
versus corruption, something darker.
The
Because you know
corruption part.
that plays into the people's initial concerns.
But of course, if you put on the money for so long that you maybe somebody take the eye off of it, it might go missing.
They're busy gathering interest off of that money too.
You hear why you're not there. But I don't know if that's the plan they had. But any plan them have got to mash it up because that money needs to get into the hands of the people who need it. Stop tell people say you don't have money when you have.
Okay, Sky Daddy, I gotta save your world. Yeah, you haven't been feel. How long is the hurricane? We haven't seen him help the people them who really want to part in yet, right?
Billions waiting in accounts. For what? Do better.
And it's difficult to continue to tell people to wait when, you know, it's them livelihoods.
In
Like
the air.
people's lives have been significantly changed by this, and to tell them to wait. By this time, like people are run out of patience by now.
When they've already been waiting.
They've been waiting,
so
yeah.
long.
Absolutely. And you know what irks me?
The next hurricane will come on it.
Because I heard someone from the media on one of those radio programs, the one that is heavily sponsored by the government, on his soapbox the other morning.
Nationwide.
Yeah, I say, how much faster we think the government should have spent this money? What did we really expect them to do so quickly? And I'm like, honestly, give me it. Give me money. Because the amount of persons we've been able
No, we don't trust you. You might go buy red bottoms and Gucci brochure or something.
to get into homes without the resources from the government is really something to write down. But me just don't want to write it down because, as me say, every time I announce we put in somebody else in a house, 10 more people call and the burden is just too much. Give me the money. Me know how to spend it. Me can get people from under tarpaulin. Me can get people in a school quicker than 7 months. Believe me.
Yeah.
Trust me. There's this international agency that reached out to me early after the storm. They offered to do 25 homes. They wanted to bring in water to help with irrigation. They wanted to help with electricity.
So what happened?
All they ask for is an MOU. They draft it, everything, for the government to sign it. The same Office of Disaster Preparedness Emergency Management. That letter depend them. This may have them meet with these people, these donors. They do this all across the world whenever there's disaster. And I'm not serious. All them I say is, if we need to talk to JPS, at least we have a letter to tell them that we're legitimately working here for our protection, for example. Oh no, we can't get that one signature. 25 more families would have
Why
been in homes today if somebody
you never bring that up on the parliament? That wasn't better than the Papa bullshit where you try to fight?
they couldn't find one pen for write and sign a letter for just allow the people to get homes. Ineptitude. And no NARA bill can fix ineptitude. If you have systems that don't work, they are not designed with compassion and with people in mind. No legislation, no act, no bill can fix ineptitude.
Yeah. You mentioned in a
Or should I speak proper English now too? The hypocrisy.
your presentation in Parliament 3 weeks ago that persons still in need without access to shelter, food, internet. You mentioned that it's not a procurement issue, but accountability, failure of coordination, and a broken system. So can you give us an idea of some of the things that you were trying to achieve?
Yeah.
And you were told, oh, it's a procurement issue.
Yeah, so that's one, getting the signature. That's no procurement was required for that.
Yeah.
And in that speech, I made the point that the Ministry of Transport was able to import into the island hundreds of Starlink devices after the hurricane. Yes, we needed it, but they were able to get around procurement rules to get those in. And I must tell you that I feel a little salty about it because as a South St. James constituency that was in the direct eye of the storm, I got one Starlink device. I was offered one Starlink device. I had my own personal
Just
one. One no more.
and I gave it to a community. The one they gave me, I gave it to a community, and I have to pay the bill, right? Because it's not like the government give you and then they pay for the package. You actually have to pay the bill, and the community just, whatever.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I've heard of constituencies and MPs who aren't even in Melissa's outer bands, much more getting dozens of Starlink devices.
So this is major corruption. Why he wasn't using the megaphone during this time to get these things done? Why is after the fact that you get called up on the Patois bullshit and you start look stupid, you bring up this shit?
So for me, I'm afraid
And what happened to all them Starlink there too?
of a NARA bill that go just give Andrew and him people them all of the rights and the opportunity to use the government and the people's money at will without any form of oversight. That's why we're scared of the NARA bill. So for me, it's not procurement. They're saying NARA is the resolution for the solution for all.
Yeah, spell that out to them, not things I'm being
People call it, they call it so?
Naro, yeah,
They call it Nara?
No, well, them call me Nara.
Nari.
It's Naro, yeah.
All right,
It's narrow.
we're not care with them, I call it.
And then we
Yeah.
criminalize it
I
after
think
they
even
left.
in Welsh culture and New Zealand culture, like they have their own other official language, other language, and they use it in Parliament. I've seen that before.
course.
What's the deal with? I think Altair Lang used Spanish in Parliament one time.
He did.
Come get with that.
He did. Well, we were told after the fact by the speaker that he had asked for permission.
Okay.
Meaning, I don't trust the
So the
speaker.
problem-
So
oh,
I
you
don't
don't
know
trust
if that may happen or not.
Okay.
Oh.
Me no know.
But you
But
never
that's
asked her for permission before.
No.
Oh, I never feel they needed to.
No.
Okay.
No.
You like
What?
Juliet Holness?
I was just gonna.
You like her?
What are your thoughts?
I don't
Yeah.
know her.
Okay.
I don't know Juliet Holness. I know the Speaker of the House.
Okay.
And the Speaker of the House that we have is very biased, very partisan, and in her own words, she said it on an interview
So why would the Speaker of the House, shouldn't that be like a neutral person? I don't know why the Prime Minister wife would not be Speaker of the House. Am I missing something?
recently that she's learning to be fair. So I can't really play well with someone who is just at their ripe age now, just learning to be fair. I want a speaker who is able to look at the issues and weigh them, because let's go back to when I spoke the few words in Patois. An enlightened speaker in my mind could have looked at it to say,
Well, girl, I don't know who you're enlightening, but you ain't enlightening nobody.
here's a culture spokesperson, a first-time MP, speaking a few words in Patois. Let me see where she go.
Yeah, and probably
see where she go.
pre it in context and see the whole picture.
No, follow the rules.
Let me see where she's getting.
Let me see where she go. And then
Same thing we are complaining about, what them not follow the rules, that are the same thing what you want to do. You ain't no different then.
my God, man, if she see me go on 2-3 minutes in this, then stop me. But somebody who could have looked at the moment.
What you allow is what will continue. Nip the shit in the bud right away. This is a problem with Jamaicans.
Who
And this girl have no accountability.
had that self-awareness, and that comfort with her culture and her language and herself, maybe, could say, let's do this for the culture. Let us
We do too much bullshit for the culture. Don't check. All I'm killing song for the culture, right? Because when we see man, we are say, oh, these guys are just expressing their artistic culture. No. Fuck out of here.
allow 2 lines of patois to be spoken by the member, and maybe it could inspire
Nope.
that child
Fire your rule.
in
Nope. I bet you say you're picking them going to prep school because you want to speak proper English if you're happy. For most 90% of the podcast, you speak proper English. So what's your problem?
Johnson, that child in Catadopa, to say, proudly speak your language when you need to speak it, confidently speak it. The moment was bigger than the speaker, and she reduced it.
It certainly proved to be with all the social media commentary and people having them think pieces about it. Why am I asking if you like her? Because this is the first tiff with her. Because I think last year she have a little tiff there as well. I think
Like all the people that may come in our life like the woman that say them not like hear the truth. Read before now come in here. Unfiltered common sense, and we are talking logics. Fuck your feelings if you come up in here.
you think she like you? Let me ask you. You think she like you? I
I
think she have
don't
something
think
against
I don't think she know me, but the truth is, I know me alone, she have a problem with it. I just think the speaker she likes to be in control. And I mean, that kind of control that perhaps you can get away with in a marriage. If you want to control your husband, for example.
That's crazy,
You
by the way.
can't control grown people sent to parliament to represent their people. There is disorder and disrespect, but then there's also control. Because, it's not a school.
if you say there's a rule say English and you're speaking English, why you so mad and upset? Why you not just move on? You do a whole press run and try get the public to change their mind to please you. Say like you have a you problem, whoever this woman is.
School mistress, not a school mom with children and the gift, the genius that has been given to us by our foreparents. Others gonna take it.
Yeah.
They're gonna monetize it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna beg them a change.
Which we've seen.
Why
Some
people
of
say
our-
this chick?
Men, I'm not gonna do this for too long.
Why they keep talking about her looks and this? I don't see it.
I mean, 2 terms.
Stop
2
have the
good
boy
terms.
wait.
And then
Have him wait too long.
No,
When we're going to spend this quality
no.
time together, that the man ask.
Yeah.
Which man?
We know.
No, in all seriousness though, like continue to, walk and move in a femininity and in the girlness, but yeah, balance in all things. People them want to know say actually get work done and from the looks of things,
Yes.
seems like you are. So keep the balance in
You're
mind.
on the ground.
Thank you.
Doing the work.
Can't let them down, man. They really had high hopes, and me come from them. So in letting them down, me let down myself.
Yeah.
Me let down my mother, my father, and I can't do that.
Yeah.
Me can't do that. Me just no one die in that process.
Exactly. Saying
All right, whatever. She just being a little crybaby because they tell her to shut the fuck up with that Patois and speak proper English. Speak the Queen English. That y'all, probably on social media. When a white man jab a punchy clock and the white man say, make sure you do this and that and not follow it. But no one defend all bullshit. All right. Should we go to Melissa? All right, since we already did the politics wave, but we just go to Melissa. Refund. The Melissa thing, what you call it? Fund. We change the topic up as so. Yeah, this is the first live stream back in a month or so. Trying to get the rust off, make it nightly. Late night edition of the Unfiltered Common Sense. We're almost at 500 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you be a part of the movement. We're moving with lightning speed. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have that already. Melissa Relief. Let's see if we can find something. Should I have the video queue up, That I did have it queue up. Relief funds. Big up yourself if you're watching the rebroadcast, if you're here to catch us live. Okay, I just saw something we do speaking on this. El hombre. Okay. We didn't call him grown god or some bullshit. Where was the recent videos? I forgot to it. Okay, ride with me. I hate this.
People who have benefited Labor and Social Security says over 100,000 households have been completed under the ROOFs program. Minister Pernell Charles Jr. says with individual family members taken into consideration, the number of people who have benefited may be well over 400,000. Ramarda Lyons reports.
Over 116,000 households and about 464,000 individuals. The number of beneficiaries to date under the Restoration of Owner or Occupant Family Shelters ROOFs program.
Multiples of persons in the families that have been assessed.
How much money was spent, boss? We need to know to calculate the money. You see, all them funds there should have our website with every one of these fucking reliefs. Fund receipt uploaded in a database so the whole public can see it and all these donors can see where the money went. Kind of for them people that are crook and criminal in politics. Shouldn't be trusting them.
And as you know before, we had around 45,000 that have been verified, which we put into phase 1 of the roofs programs.
Under Phase 1, over 80% of hurricane-battered and displaced individuals have received a voucher and have completed the process of getting cash or building materials.
For the remaining persons who have been verified and have received their text message and have not yet redeemed, we realize that they've had some challenges. And
yeah, maybe some of these people have service or their phone monkey.
In large part, we acknowledge those challenges, and it is out of those challenges that we have been able to modify the system and to put in place what we call a much more advanced way for them to complete that process.
To make that possible, a digital platform has been developed.
That should have developed from day one.
You put in your TRN, and the dashboard updates automatically, advising you of your status, tells you where to collect, and it allows you to follow the instructions. So all of what was before in terms of a more arduous process has been broken down. And of course, we're using artificial intelligence that has been embedded into this digital platform to assist us to close off the 20% of persons for Phase 1.
Under Phase 2, several people are still,
by the time they reach the next hurricane, all like Jamaica to it's almost 1 year now,
unverified. As a result, a national verification initiative has been advanced.
We'll be working with all members of parliament, councillors, community leaders to make sure that we can bring those persons out and help them in two ways. Our in-field visits include the use of a system built in-house at the ministry by our experts that allows us to carry out a digital solution in field and take the data, including banking information, so we can do direct deposit.
Mr. Charles Jr. says another option for Phase 2 is a similar digital platform that's now being tested. Romarda Lyons, TVJ News.
Well, people have got worry about identity theft now. Okay, opposition, because this are the narrative.
Meanwhile, the opposition PNP is questioning the appointment of Major General Anthony Anderson to lead NARA. We caught up with opposition spokesman on citizen security and productivity, Peter Bunting. Shamela Pullen reports.
More questions than answers. That's the opposition's response to the appointment of former Commissioner of Police and Jamaica's ambassador to the United States, Major General Anthony Anderson. Among the questions being raised is what gave him the edge over the other applicants.
Was the initial recruitment exercise a failure in that it didn't turn up any suitable candidates? And if so, does that point to the concern that qualified professionals would have, given the controversial nature of the whole NARA structure and just the shambolic approach?
Mr. Bunting also questioned the transparency of the selection process.
Did General Anderson apply in the initial process, or was he handpicked by
the people that might get the money and get the roof and house back?
By the Prime Minister for this role? We know he has had a close personal relationship with the Prime Minister, first as his national security advisor, then he was his pick for Commissioner of Police. And it would suggest that there are very few qualified professionals available to the government, both locally and in the diaspora, in a very ad hoc credentials, etc., and then recalling him prematurely.
There's a video with the Prime Minister, man. With the Prime Minister name? Andrew Wallace. Alright. What the fuck that means?
Because behind the scenes, she.
Okay, let me see.
She.
Print family, welcome back to the channel. Raya, welcome.
Crossroads. I see the CABSEC smiling in agreement because behind the scenes she did quite a bit of work coordinating and pulling everything together, because in the initial stages of NARA, the coordination, the organization, the administrative work that needed to be done, that was placed on the Cabinet Office for strategic reasons, because that is where that is the part of government that has reach into all of government, and therefore we utilized the resources of the Cabinet Office to get this done. So in my hands today is actually the law, physically represented. This is.
You know, it's something about this guy where that just rubbed me wrong. It's like he just have like a con man type of behavior. Like he will just sell a bullshit. Meanwhile, man rub behind the scenes. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
It's no longer the NARA bill. It's the NARA Act, and it has received this very beautiful seal. It's called the Royal Assent. We're going through a process to change up all of that, but until then, it is what it is. This is a royal assent, meaning that the Governor General has stamped the bill with the seal to say this is now law. So Parliament debated, Parliament made amendments.
It's almost 1 year B. Why the people them not get money or help with them roof and get their life back together? With the money people donated, the billions of dollars. Like, what's up with that? All these bills and this and ACA and all this shit. It's been months. Talk about that.
And voted, both houses, and passed the bill in the House, but it goes through one last phase. Some people say it's a formality. Not quite that.
Like, they get the money, you exchange the money for the goods and services. People get back on track, and you keep it pushing. Like, am I missing something?
But an important part of our legislative process. And so now, NARA is fully legal. NARA is in effect. So it has given NARA its legal identity, its powers, its duties, and outlined clearly what are its functions.
Can you help us, sir? What are the functions?
But this needs to be brought to life.
You see, you're not giving nothing about the bill when I talk everything about how great it is. And it's like somebody I tell you how good the fucking food is, but they not give you a taste. They have the best rice, the best blood clot, beans. They have the most precious goat or cow. But all you do is smell the food, you not get a fucking taste. Like, I sound like a dirty mother right now.
Who will...
Like, what's up with the money, Bree?
Bring the bill, the act, to life. And I'm pleased today to announce that after a very extensive process where we advertised for the post of the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer.
What's in the bill?
It was advertised internationally. We received 120 applications from all over the world, 85 of which were specifically for the post of the CEO. Others would have applied maybe for both CEO and for some other position or for other positions, which were not yet advertised.
Hold on. Let's see. Since you know I'm blood clot, tell me about this NARA bill. I talk for 4 or 5 minutes. I tell me how good the food be and we can't taste it. So let's see if we can find something for it ourselves. NARA stands for the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, a specialized government agency created to fast-track Jamaica's post-Hurricane Melissa infrastructure recovery and strategic development projects. Established to act as an implementation machine, it bypasses traditional bureaucratic bottlenecks. The initiative and its leadership include the following. Leadership. Major General, whatever the fuck, Anthony Anderson serve as chief executive. You know as me I read this, what this remind me of? For all the people in there, this is where you become 10 times smarter when you join this live chat. I mean, I don't need to toot me own hand. Let me point out the bullshit in this. I sing pan this new bill and bag of people and all this bullshit. If you know watch it live back when Melissa da go on, me tell you say them things that did go on from in them live there. Before Melissa, me say, yo, this is gonna be like the Hurricane Sandy and the hurricane where they done on Louisiana. Remember the hurricane there? What the hurricane there did name? We mash up the place. US hurricane. Not to get off topic. US hurricane down in New Orleans. Katrina. But remember all the robbery and sitting there going with Katrina? Same fucking thing me did tell them say I'll go on when we're going Katrina, see it go on in Jamaica. Not only that. Go back to it. All these positions there where you see me create. Where you think them where them the money there go to? How much is their salary? The people I get millions of dollars out of relief fund for put up this bullshit here. This is how these people are. You ever hear about homelessness in America and see how they drug head them? You hear say California have billions of dollars worth of aid for help homelessness, and every year homelessness I get worse. So these people have no intention of getting Melissa back. Because if you are sitting out, let me give you the logic in this. If you have a job, let's say to pay $3 million Jamaican dollar a year, if you do whatever this chief executive officer of hurricane whatever, what fucking haste you are gonna be enough to fix any hurricane bottleneck where going to Jamaica when you can stretch it out to get as much $3 million a year as you can? Same reason why homelessness will never get fixed in America. Because the people them in a position where I get the $500,000 US or the $1 million US a year for fix homelessness have no intention of fixing it, because what job you have if you fix it? So I hope you pay attention.
We shortlisted 7, so you can imagine the involved process of filtering through all the applications. So we shortlisted 7, and these 7 persons were interviewed, 3 of whom were Jamaicans and 4 were international candidates.
So how much year when most Jamaicans get back with their life, you create team, I create millions of dollars worth of salary for company same relief fund. For do what? Maybe your friend them you put in a job for get millions of dollars. So now plan for extract money?
It's Australia, United States, the UK, and I don't remember the other country.
So you don't have enough people in Jamaica to give a job to fix what go on in Jamaica with a hurricane. Make it make sense. Oh gosh. A joke thing to say.
Panel included, the panel that conducted the review and the interview included
I guess so I don't know you not tell me nothing about it, Bill. I mean I have to go find it and tell you. Something wrong with this brother.
Enemy spotted.
Even someone like him for the hurricane victims of Jamaica.
The chairman of the PSC, that is the Public Services Commission, Pat Sinclair McCullough. I don't know if she was able to participate in all the deliberations, but she was a part of the panel. Then we had our cabinet secretary who participated, Maria Thompson-Walters from the TIU, that is a Transformation Implementation Unit in the Ministry of Finance. We had as well the esteemed Professor Gordon Shirley from the Port.
All right, they must call out in friend them where I get job he look like.
He was former commissioner of with international entities, both the IFIs, which are going to be critical, that is international financial institutions, going to be very critical in this process, but with international contracting as well. This appointment would necessitate some adjustments.
This brother is a salesman and a bullshitter. I can't just see right through him.
We will keep you up to date as to the changes that would have to be made. I had a brief discussion with Tony last evening, and I welcomed him. The appointment will be effective the 1st of June. So we are on the road now with
Oh, you're on the road now. Computer mic. Okay, mic jack out. Oh, you're on the road now. How many months later? When another hurricane about to lick soon?
With Nara, I had a discussion with him about, and I should say that cabinet met yesterday till late evening to discuss the appointment, and we had a discussion around what should we title the position. The title is already in the law. It's the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer. But I was thinking we need to ensure that the office is not characterized as a bureaucratic office where it's just pushing people.
Why did you need the fucking office in the first place is what I would ask. Why would you need to pay out all these millions of dollars with a salary to God to whoever these peoples are from overseas and this and that? Who are these people? We are get involved in a Jamaican business from Australia all over.
Paper, signing off on documents. This is about executing.
Is these jobs are favors to somebody, sir?
Getting things done. In the original concept of the chief executive, that was the idea.
How much is his salary? Where's that money coming from? From the same relief fund for reliefy people of Jamaica?
Person who got things done. The board would deal with governance.
Nobody now go ask my people them a question, I tell you. You create a bunch of position which cost millions of dollars to pay people all outside of Jamaica to give away money and fix back the people them help. 9 months later, when some of them people have to find back in 1 week and get back on their foot. So who are get them all them, I friend them and get all them contract have to fix back whatever on a, so now go fix. All of them receipts should end up on a public website where every single person can see them.
The administrators deal with administration, but the CEO get things done. And so in the law,
it sounds like you're just obsessed with blood clot titles. The CEO and the chief this and that. This is just a brother who loves titles, it look like.
Oh, he's the chief executive officer, but I'm going to call him the chief executing officer.
You see,
the man titles. Who will get things done. And that
love titles. It seems that you can't get things done much months later.
Has to be a cultural change in Jamaica. We need to start paying attention to outcome and
get rid of corruption first. That's what I would say. Start cleaning the corruption from the government. And bring it down to all the other bodies, whether it be police, security, environmental. Start with the corruption. The WAFs.
Getting things done quickly. The rest of the world, that's how the rest of the world is thinking. We are lagging behind. And I'm saying this looking straight in the eyes of our UTech students. The next generation of Jamaicans, you must be the people who get things done. Now,
without corruption, put that in there.
The cabinet also discussed the first set of projects that will form the register for NARA. We have finalized a shortlist. They will be compiled and published, I would say, in another week or so, just in time for the appointment of the new CEO. So you now have
So he don't have no type of plan to tell we nothing what the bill is about.
The act, you will have the CEO in place, and the projects that are going to be part of that register of projects will be in place. Finally, we discussed the composition of the NROC, Jamrock. Stephen is head of NROC. Sorry, the Jamrock, that is the Jamaica Reconstruction and Resilience Oversight Committee. And we will publish the terms of reference and the names of the persons who we have invited to participate. So this will happen simultaneously with the appointment of the Chief Executive Officer, who I'm going to call the Chief Executing Officer. So we are all aligned now.
Yeah, executing the pockets with loaded money.
And we are ready to go. 1st of June will be the effective start date of operations for NARA. Thank you so much for listening.
Well, thinking.
Well, as I said, this sound like pure bullshit. Creating departments, all type of multi-million-dollar salary to give what? People from whoever he appointed for these jobs. This shit just gonna be just like Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, where they rob up your money, thief, and give all of their friends all type of different benefits and contracts and all that bullshit. So that's what people should be looking for. If it's they telling them from before from the answer to me during Hurricane Melissa. Tell them say all them things there months after when the people are gonna feel the people are gonna have months without light. Because if I look a small hurricane, where one did the name of Jamaica? In the 2000. Damn. Whatever hurricane that was, it wasn't so powerful and like they gone for months in some place at Jamaica. And at the magnitude when Melissa was, I tell you this shit was going to last for years, if months and years. And it are going to a year and then just put group together. So as you shouldn't expect much out of this project. So like it's just a bunch of big wigs go and get a multi-$1 billion job. And look, he spent 10 minutes talking about, over 10 minutes talk about this fucking bill, and I tell you one thing we're in there. And I tell you about a bunch of people titles. CEO, this and that, and executing officer and that, and nothing else. This guy's a good salesman and he's full of shit. That's all I have to say on that. Okay, next topic. Hill and Gully. Let me see what I want with this Hill and Gully thing. You're tuned in to the unfiltered common sense where we don't care about your feelings. So it's facts over feelings. Would care less about a PNP or a JLP. You calling out the bullshit. Hill Gully. All the safe TVJ have it somewhere. Okay, pretty girl, Nakisha, because you're the prettiest things out there since Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman. Hill and Gully. So is it culture appropriation, or are they messing up the folklore stuff? Let's see some of this Hill and Gully thing here. If you can hit the like, send out the stream to the algorithm. And if you happen to subscribe, remember to hit your notification. This is Germs, and we're on the unfiltered common sense, where facts over feelings.
New Hill and Gully ride Rhythm, inspired by a musical foundation many Jamaicans consider iconic and culturally significant. Now, while many fans are celebrating the Rhythm's fresh dancehall energy and modern appeal, others believe the lyrical content attached to the beat has crossed the line, arguing that a treasured musical gem is being diluted by explicit and controversial lyrics.
So, of course, Daytime Live had to jump right in. And today, we're joined by the chairman of the Jamaica Reggae Industry Association, JARIA, Mr. Ewan Simpson, as...
All right, get up in it. Are they mashing up the culture with Hill and Gully and the slack lyrics? Don't scare at the comment section. Be free to type your opinions. The show is for yardies, built by yardies.
We unpack the mixed reactions, the cultural weight of the original sound, and the ongoing debate surrounding dancehall, creativity, and responsibility. Ewan, welcome again.
Hi, yes, it's good
to the show. Welcome again today. You are part of the RJR family.
Yeah, I just waiting on the paycheck.
Well, listen to me. You know what? We're going to pay you attention.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. Or at least a compliment.
Yeah.
All right, so when you first heard the rhythm, because...
You know, after this, I might give Cartel a little tune up. Talk about his downfall career.
When I heard it first, before I even knew it was like a whole compilation, and I heard it first and I was like, no, like Genius is what his name suggests.
Yes.
It's like absolutely amazing.
The new one.
The new one.
Let's call it revitalized, modernized.
Revamped, remixed, right?
Yeah.
I was like, this is fresh and because they said nothing new under the sun. The rhythm,
because apart from
to give it new life.
It's fresh.
So apart from, let me, as a caveat, he's not just a chairman, he's a musician, singer. You play the drums.
Yes.
You play the keyboard.
Well, I fool around just for teaching.
Right.
But
So he's a
wouldn't tell nobody I'm a
musician.
keyboard
He also
player.
has a musical ear.
I wonder if we can find the original. Well, on people, you know, over here we like to give context. Ilan Gully. Right. See if we can find a very old version.
Used to and gain.
All these farmers coming to show.
Fallon, the centenarian.
Sniff around, waiting for.
Can't find the original Ilan Gully song, man. Okay. Yo, who remember this from your picnic?
This area is known as Bottom River.
Because the rivers is not.
Communities here before the freedom paper was signed. One was given to the community.
Well, I'm going to try to find the original Ilan Gully right song. Thank you for the people who hit the like button.
Hear more about Bedwood in a little while. Augustown lies behind.
So at a public bus to come in the community.
It's a typical day for you. Friday.
Right, any day.
I used to go and move here, married. No, everything good.
Yo, I can't find the original Ilan Gully right song. Jamaica Ilan Gully right song. Not sing song. Okay, I must hit this. Okay, I hope they're not copyright, right? Alright, so we want to find context because it seems like I'm watching a video, but there's a lot of controversy growing in the new Ilan Gully Ride Rhythm, where them say too slack and rated. So let's see if we hear the old one what it's slack. Alright, so you like that never have much lyrics in there if you compare it to. Don't get it messed up. A lot of them all time people that is slack, bad. Them all time song.
Right. Yes. No man, it is really fresh. And one of the things that it has done is that it has taken us back. The truth is, our dancehall sound was heading further away from us. And I think taking it back to Mentor, which by the way
is the beginning,
is our first pop music.
Right.
Right? Is taking us kind of full circle. And I think that's a part of the reason why it is causing so much emotion. Because one of the things that we have done is that we have placed now, for some of us, Mentor has become this liturgical object. Yeah?
For the... You can...
Broke it down.
Well, broke it down is a rhythm too. But
I'm just saying. Yeah.
But no, we see it as kind of sacred. It's kind of sacred, you know. We kind of say this is a thing that you don't touch. It's an artifact, you know, where you put it in a museum and you set it up nice and leave it right there, so right there.
And that can be a positive.
Which is a yes and no. Yes, which is a yes and no. So that.
All right, we're controversial.
That's a part, but the rhythm fresh. Stephen is the genius.
Yeah.
And it inspires different things in different people. It's the American music industry space. Right? When you look at how they reinvent themselves, every so often somebody goes back and takes.
Why without, you know what I would like to see some of these artists do? Me give them these idiots an idea, cause a long time I preached to tell them to start about rhythm, because rhythm was what bring Jamaica dancehall to the heights. When you have 10 artists or 20 sometimes on one rhythm, and all of them are compete to be the number one guy that bring out the best person, competition. All these isolated rhythm, yo, me know a man pan with the rhythm and that kill the music, along with the dumb trap shit. That aside, make me lose all my thought now. What? Oh yeah, why them not do back over the Bounty Killers song, the book, the girls them sugar, the who am I? Some of them all are 20-year rhythm they can revive, cause 25-year pass. We say American artists are do over song with just 5-year-old, less than 10-year-old, and make back hits out of them again. Because you know, like we're gonna make nothing new, we're gonna hit again. Based on how the creativity look. So might as well start revive back up a bug rhythm them, the dual rhythm them, the seasons rhythm them and remix them. Maybe have a call back with Dan Carleon and whoever them producers was. But whatever go on now, it ended.
Something from jazz and take something from gospel and they take something, and when them tired of that, they can take something from we and right. You know, it keeps happening.
Right.
And it is a part of how it feeds itself.
Right.
But it's a part of how it also pays respect to its roots.
Right.
The word respect is going to be an important one.
Paying respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
But to mentor.
I mean, I like how the guy talk.
Paper where I would be light, you know. He must say things, you know. Where I forgot so.
All right, let's find some more. Okay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to E-Prime for this evening. I'm Daedran. Now, Faye Ellington taking qualms with tracks recorded on the new Hill and...
All right, let's hear what Faye have to say, the old OG in the house.
Rhythm. The veteran broadcast and cultural expert is not mincing her words about the lyrics of some of the songs featured on the revived Hill and Rhythm, produced by Stephen the Genius McGregor, describing them as slack and vulgar.
When I hear persons changing the lyrics of Hilangoli Ride to vulgarity, it pains. It hits me in a place that I cannot explain. I get numb.
The clip is from a 6-minute, 24-second video uploaded to her YouTube channel with the title, Jamaicans Do Not Denigrate or Devalue Our Heritage.
All of you who've decided to get down in the gutter, all of you who've decided to get slack and nasty, Hilangoli Ride? Manuel.
Hey, mama, maybe when the man did say, Hilangoli Ride, Hilangoli, maybe some type of been over back shot him in that talk too.
Road? Wanna understand on the heritage?
The project.
Stop going like some of them old people never slack too. If you ever listen to some of them old time songs would just come up, they never say nothing good. I mean, like none of them new boy music, so I not defend them.
Project features tracks by Massacre, Elephant Man, Valiant, Governor, Ganguly, and Skipper. The veteran broadcaster has called on the Minister of Culture and Entertainment, Olivia Grange, to speak out against the songs on the resurrection of the folk-inspired rhythm.
The Minister, Olivia Babsy Grange, say something. I know that these songs with the vulgarity must offend you. I know how passionate you are about the culture.
Man, we hear too much about that woman, everything now. Good about that.
So I'm asking you to say something.
Her comments have been met with mixed reactions. Now, recording artist Tanya Stevens asked the question, what is culture? Is it a rock stone, unmoving? Minister Grange is yet to respond to Ellington's request. Now, on the international scene, man accused of stealing Beyonce's unreleased music.
So what y'all think about the Hill and Gully thing? Should they leave it alone? Was it too slack? See if we find any more Trinidad NPR. One more video on the Hill and Gully first. Alright, let's hear from the maker himself.
Rhythm Rockers. Hi, I'm Debbie. Juggling's back and giving dancehall a ride for a folk class.
Stephen McGregor.
Debbie looks scary.
Bringing it back now. Stephen McGregor's framing there around his current Hill and Gully rhythm, currently topping charts including YouTube in Jamaica, and a hot topic of discussion.
I remember thinking about the Hill and Gully thing and thinking I haven't seen anyone tap into that side of it for a while. And the mentor sound, and you know, that the real traditional. Everybody kind of does reggae and one drop and ska every now and then, but no one has really tapped back into the mentor kind of vibe. I'm just a fan of the music, so for me, I'm just always listening and tapping into different aspects of the music and just enjoying it and creating what I would love to hear.
But something of an old soul also?
Yeah, can say that, because that's way before my time, but yeah, I enjoy the music.
Did you anticipate this spectrum of reactions?
I did. Because I knew that we would kind of have that middle ground of people who knew where it's from and appreciate it, and it would be completely new to a lot of people. And the sound is different. Sonically, it's a completely different spin from what's happening now. To sum it up, I feel like when I just came out, because when my sound started with Red Bull and Guinness and all that, it was the same split crowd, like, what is this? This don't sound like dance, this sound way off from everything else. But then there's a new generation who was like, yo, this is interesting, this bad, we love this. We could get into this thing. So I figured it would have been the same kind of energy.
The original Hill and Gully, a slice of Jamaican folk history, and for some off limits due to explicit lyrics set to McGregor's updated interpretation.
I feel like a lot of the songs that are being tied to this conversation are songs that are unauthorized, because a lot.
So he's saying the song them were in, where the people that have a problem with, he never authorized them to be on the rhythm.
So the songs that I've produced officially on the rhythm are songs that have clean versions and radio edits and stuff like that, as I've always done. With the unauthorized songs and other people jumping on the rhythm and doing their thing, there's a part of it where it's just like, dancehall has always been a representation of where we are now as a people. The problem is sometimes where we are now as a people just isn't the most morally accepted thing, and we don't really want to accept that as our culture right now, but it is where we are. One of the very first songs that ever been banned on Jamaican radio was a mentor song called Night Food, because of the sexual content and the lyrics and what the song was about. And at the time,
okay, he calling out the same thing I was saying earlier in regards to a lot of these old songs was talked to.
Those lyrics were deemed like extreme. It's kind of the same thing now. It's different lyrics, different words, but the same concept. And dancehall has always been like that mirror of what's happening in society. Sometimes that reflection makes us uncomfortable. So it's a lot to it. It's just a matter of censoring the stuff that we need to censor and allowing the things that can play in certain settings to play. Dancehall has always been a space where some of it isn't for everybody, and we have the broader things that work across the board. So.
And how many unauthorized versions of Hill and Gully are out there right now?
Question.
And last,
good question. And you should have named the one that's unauthorized also.
Look on your phone and tell me.
This morning I see on Instagram I saw 60 something this morning. That's the latest count. And my authorized version so far is like 8.
Including Massacre's Slip and Slide. Right now, the most popular track on Hill and Gully.
Money nothing on me, girl, me a provider. Buy your deal and buy the designer.
Lyrically, is it easier to drop some X-rated lines than it is to say, write a song that's perhaps sexy but not explicit?
I think there's both. It comes down to the creativity of the artist as well. But like I mentioned before, I think a lot of artists write with the mindset of where the generation currently is. And I think whether we want to admit it or not or agree with it, some of the same lyrical content, it just happens to be where a lot of these consumers are. Because like a good fun fact for that, I get a lot of praise.
Somebody said Hill and Gully Rhythm need more slack. Yo, Jamaica people.
For some of the cleaner songs on the rhythm, and people saying, yes, this is what we wanted, the cleaner songs. But ironically, some of those cleaner songs on the rhythms are the ones with the least streams and the least views and so on. So it kind of shows the gap between the consumers and what we would like to represent culturally. But, it's like, I think artists still have to think about where we are. So I think unintentionally, some of them might just be thinking, okay, I want to say this because I know this will get this kind of attention. And we're in the social media battle of, everybody want the engagement and the likes.
Yeah, we do anything for you because you're sad to say in today's world, your attention equal dollars. So people will do anything for you, almighty green,
So I know that people just going to say something just for the sake of saying it. But nothing that bugs me that I have no sleepless nights about.
Can I get you in some trouble? What can make you bubble?
If sometimes you're kind of like they're trying to glean the direction dancehall is heading in right now, what direction you think it's heading in?
I think now we have a generation.
Hey Steve, how you want? You hoping a copyright strike me shit for this rhythm, yeah.
Generation of people that's more informed about more parts of the business. So I think we have more people who are intentional about what they're trying to do, even business-wise. So, like you said, we bring back juggling and a lot of those cultural things back now. So I think now this crop of...
Okay, so now we're going back to creativity. Now we should be going back to authenticity. We don't copying everything fucking American rapper them do and dress how they dress.
The generation have a better understanding of how to navigate it and how to monetize a lot of these things as well. So I think we're in a good space. We're getting back to our sound, and I think business-wise, more of us are aware versus some of our peers from before. So we have a better idea of how.
Okay, so it's keep putting out good rhythms if you can bring back dance and keep producing the clean and the slack version, as you say. And keep the bullshit out.
To navigate some of those things as it comes.
McGregor opened to international interest in Hill and Gully that could potentially adjust the sound of the project. Strictly business.
That collaborative effort is important because sometimes you need different ears and hands on a certain project.
So you tell sound like in good for dancehall, I do it for a long time. Have a lot of hits.
Be able to merge it.
He speak reasonable, him see two side. Him not see him egoistic and braggadocious, so yeah, cool dude it seems.
Into the different world that you're trying to get it into. I mean, those stuff has been happening from the jump. Like the remixes, like from in the 90s, Buju Banton, like remix Walk Like a Champion with a different sound. I mean, we've seen one of the biggest moments from here with Omi's song, Cheerleader. The remix version is the one that ended up, and the original was just as great. Sly and Robbie did it, and so it's just different, palatable.
So you're not locked into holding on to creative control.
Once the music itself sounds great at the end, you know what I mean? You don't want to compromise the music just for the exposure either. But I think once you meet in the middle, then it's a good business.
What do you think is the misunderstood element of the Hill and Gully rhythm?
I feel like a lot of people now have the conversation around tying it back to the cultural experience only without thinking about how the cultural evolution happens. So we have to factor that in mind too, you know what I mean? Because I was saying
I don't have too much critique for him because he speak very sound and logical. So yeah. Kudos to him.
To someone the other day, if I had come out with the rhythm, same instrumental, everything, but only with a certain side of like the folk singers or the folk artists, we'd know that we wouldn't have the same attention and traction on the rhythm. So we have to kind of meet in the middle where that is concerned. We have to allow the younger generation to kind of do their thing on it as well, and allow the generation before to kind of merge on it. So we have that respectful relationship on it.
Alright, so she slip and so she slide on. Anyone thinking Hill and Gully only has local legs, well, you never know.
I think the best shot Jamaica has at international right now is being Jamaican. So I feel like
2 words, authentic.
To be something as...
And the boy they sang, they should tell them that Jamaica dancehall even have a song pan night top 10 or #1 Billboard in over a decade. So when people are talking about dancehall this and dancehall that, they're delusional in my comment on some of them videos.
Directly Jamaican as that gives us a strong position out there in the world. Because like we've seen it, we see Burna Boy come and sell out a show here and half of the songs in the set is not even in English and sold out stadium and everybody else sing word for word because it's authentically him. And I feel like we have that same positioning right now where if something feels really from us, then they'll be able to pull it off overseas. And I also know some of the other things that we have lined up with some of these songs in the rhythm too, so I wouldn't talk so soon.
Yeah, cool. Even I go further, I think he basically summed it up as it should get summed up. Okay, how long we be cooking for? We've been cooking for an hour and a half. Alright, let me give Cartel a little bit of smoke. This is like the Cartel accountability. Remember we said when he come out of prison we're going to hold him accountable. So change the topic, yes, so I'm gonna cut these out in a clips. Try to be more cohesive with the streams and more consistent. Let's got the attention speaking. Yep, this is the topic. So let's go find Mr. Vice Cartel in a brief pause. Vice Cartel. Okay, this is probably the last topic where I might get some people angry. Vice Cartel. Oh, brief. Brief, Vice Cartel, brief. Imagine me if I search Vice Cartel, brief, man. Okay, look at this dummy.
Oh, where the mummer? I go on here, sir. Oh, I go on here, sir, people. People, two of them on advertise. You trying up with the...
So once me see that, me already know, say, hey, career up on a decline.
Wait.
Alright, me don't want to hear for them chatting. Wait, where they name? Gaza Nation. All the people them where is I'm coming. Where they at? We play this part.
Wait. Cause me never see this.
Me never see it.
The man I sing a song and I said, no matter what you do, don't mess up.
Come on, man.
Okay, wait. Wait.
Gaza Nation. How you going? How no I go defend that? How no I go defend on a boss in a brief with him big old belly button looking cranny?
Oh, where the mummer? Oh,
like, are this not defend? Me didn't tell her no say after he come out in career, he might get he one like a heavy dopamine hit. It's like, remember, him to get locked away from the internet. The internet never really popping. He miss out on the internet. Yeah, and they have phone in a prison, so he on social media. But he never get to experience it. And the level of trending when he just come out of prison was so high that he can't keep up to it right now. Guess what? Me tell you now, from the night at the return concert, there was going to be not another second concert. There was not going to be no more Freedom Street. Because that was a flop. Stadium empty. I give away Black Friday ticket free. Or Black Friday discount on Jamaica. Not celebrate Black Friday, but it Black Friday discount. Much not some 50% off tickets. Tickets are giveaway in a way part. Come on, man. Be sure the stadium did scanty. They couldn't tell you the real truth. Because they have more show lineup overseas and stuff. And think about this. Freedom Street wasn't a Vybz Kartel show. Freedom Street was a dancehall show headlining Vybz Kartel. Because everybody and their mother was on it. Biggest of Jamaican stars did they on Freedom Street, where there be Popcorn, Massacre, Senshia. Yeah, that big old BBL one there. What's her name? What's she a queen of dancehall? Spice. All of them couldn't follow the stadium. That's why there was no part 2. Because the return on investment didn't make sense. And Joe Banovich here and say, money, I smell money. No, you never make enough. So, now that the clout is gone, one boy, I feel do everything now to get back in the limelight. Music ain't hitting, putting out 100 music. Let me show you now. Vybz Kartel. Let me do it in a one different. Come have to come back to that. Vybz Kartel. Let's see page. 1.6 million, 2 million, 3.3, 98,000. You see, he just putting out anything, anything. He got a 10 million song right there. 71,000. So, music ain't doing crazy like it would. See, most popular song. 96 million is popular. This guy's overrated, man, when you look at it, man. Keep it real with you. Me I gotta say it first. Vybz Kartel, he's overrated. He's not the king of dancehall. Beenie Man is still the king of dancehall. So see me, I act a fool. There's no more Freedom Street Part 2. No big concert. You see, one and two look up, I throw him up as some side act. Come on for a few minutes. Come on, man. This is on a goat. Cardi B called him up for 5 minutes. This on a goat. Come on, man. Him can't pull a concert by himself or full of arena by himself. Him have to have every big dancehall act and Beenie Man do it by himself. Come on. I need to start thinking logical. Let me pull up the Google Trends real quick. Look there.
Oh, I go on here, some people. Oh dear, oh my. A long time me I telling you say cartel I'm big old fish, you know. Gazer fans, is that your king?
Shit.
Is that your king? One gave in till his back part cave in, is that your king?
Who's this brother? Ain't funny.
Is that your king? One gave in till his back part cave in, is that your king? But if yes, Gaza uncle, your king that? Yeah man, I wanna king that. Only king of one big old sprat, one big old fish. Trust me, any other artist was to do this, you know.
I him say it on me. And I me say it.
Would have burn a fire, would have burn crazy fire. But look on the artist, I wind up himself and assassin any weirdo business him a go on with on the internet. And this upon him off it. Walla.
Anything for attention. Vibes Cartel. And me telling you say I start do a podcast or just do some bullshit. Let me pull up the Google trending charts we see. Over the past 5 years, Vibes Cartel. This is Google Trends, right? We're going to create the smartest audience around here. Look at Google Trends. 2000, when him there prison. 2023, get a spike. Boom. Boom. Look. 2024 when he come out of prison, that right? We'll see when he release. Vibes Cartel. Release date. So July 2024. July, you see it? This was when Vibes Cartel cloud was on top. Again, look, boom. March is probably when him there in New York at them show there last year. After that, look on it, boom, gone back flat. The Vibes Cartel trending on Google is like when he did their prison. So it's just like in the their prison, but in the outside now. All I'm trending and wanna think him go on with. He's at just like in the their prison right now, if not worse. Because in low in 2023 when he did their prison right now, if you look on the chart. So yeah, this is how we like to prove things and show now. Because the next thing we don't see truth now, say, hey, boy, bad money teacher. Yeah. I've got to do anything for clout. And him no attention pay. And the concert them not sell. So what else him have got to do? I've got to venture into something else. More people are make money after him talking about him than him make. That makes sense. So yeah, we're not going to push it too much. Just wanted to give him a light touch up, you know. See where he's at in his career. But his career is just as I predicted it would be. People would like it just for the beginning, and after then get used to him, they want to hear nothing about him. So even if you just take on yourself, stop drop music, come out of the limelight, and probably drop one song on the right rhythm when it's necessary. Other than that, he's almost getting to irrelevant, and he's not the king of dancehall. And that's all I have to say. Again, this is common sense, unfiltered common sense with germs, and probably start to this nightly. Let's see. Have a good night wherever you're listening from. If you're up on the job, listening to the rebroadcast. Thank you for the people who passed through. All the people who hit the like button, the subscription, all of that. We are like 31 people away from 500 first milestone. So if you're part of the crew, big up and peace.